Hello everyone and welcome back to flutesoundscapes.com. Today I will be demonstrating for you Sonata by Donizetti, which is a grade 6 List B number 2 series 3 from the Australian Music Examination Board flute syllabus. So if you'd like to skip straight to the performance, check out the timestamp below. Otherwise, I'll give you a few tips for how you can approach this piece to learn it as fast as possible before I play it to you. So the first thing I would say when learning this piece is to go through and identify all the different key changes and modulations and then practice the scales related to that. So for example, we start in C harmonic minor, we go to C major, then we go to, I think it's G harmonic minor, and then we go into G major, and then there's D major. So you just want to maybe grab a pencil and write where the modulations are so that you're sort of preempting ahead of time what scale you're going into, what key you're going into. And that's going to help you avoid mistakes, basically. At the largo, we want to make sure that your dotted rhythm is not turning into a triplety feel, like a triplet feel. So you can practice that. If this is the tempo, so think in your mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Just to really solidify that rhythm. Definitely practice fast passages, especially with a metronome. Where there's technical challenge, often we tend to rush. And so you usually have more time than you think you have. And really locking into a metronome is going to help you establish the exact space between notes. So there's no crushed notes here and there's no notes with more space between them, if that makes sense. So you're really getting technical about it. As always, I always suggest with technically challenging pieces to do some accent work. So accenting the first note of every semiquaver group, and then accenting the second note of every semiquaver group, and third and then fourth, and then going back to the first. And that's going to help out any technical challenges you have due to tension in the hand or unsureness of notes. It just helps to slow down the brain, basically, and integrate the notes into your body more. The other thing is, if you have the same book as I do here, there's a page turn. So it might sound obvious, but make sure you photocopy this page so you're not going to get caught out in the middle of a performance or an exam of suddenly realizing there's no one there to turn your page. That's important. If you're old school like me and you like to use the actual physical score rather than an iPad, I definitely suggest that. The other thing is that obviously here I'm playing with a pre-recorded piano part, and while that can be useful to help you learn the piece of music, I do suggest that you don't get into the habit of following an accompaniment, because ideally you'll get together with a live piano player and together you will work out how you want to musically interpret this piece. So definitely pre-recorded piano accompaniments are very useful, and it will speed up your rehearsal time when you do eventually get to rehearse with the piano player. But really we want to be the one leading the piano, not the piano leading us. And lastly, be really vigilant with your articulation. Make sure you're paying attention to where the slur is written, where there might be 3-slurred, 1-tongued, and where there might be accents. Sounds obvious, but I often teach students that they're not doing the articulation, and that's taking away a lot of the musical expression, because music is like speaking, and so if we're not using the articulation, it's kind of like we're missing words in our speech. So that's important to make sure that you are vigilant about that. Other than that, I hope you enjoy my performance. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and comment below. And if you're interested in any flute lessons online, I have a little bit of availability, so feel free to check out the link in the description below.